Hello and good evening for another Forgotten North Gaming podcast. Good evening, gents.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, mate.
Thanks for anyone who's going to be listening and joining us for this one. We're going to hopefully turn this into a much more regular thing where we're just going to get ourselves together and talk hobby, nerd out for a little while. So hopefully people enjoy just listening to three absolute nerds nerd out about Warhammer for a little while.
And sweat to death.
Yes, it is quite hot.
I have a new desk fan beside me currently trying to stop me from dying.
I couldn't put a desk fan on it. You would just hear it. It would just sound like a helicopter was
just whirring away.
Yeah, a bit of gyrocopter list.
Yeah, just Richie Air Force.
I've just got an ice pack on my belly.
Aye, double bubble for that one, isn't it? However, although it's going to be a random chat, we do have something not quite incredibly exciting and positive to open with today, which relates to the November Forgotten North GT.
Yep.
And we kind of mentioned that we might be able to extend in our launch video and what we're hoping without being able to commit too much. But the incredible positive news is we have been able to liaise with the hotel and extend by a further 6 tables.
Yep.
Which takes us to an incredible 60-man capacity, and all women.
And the most important thing to say is we've done it by going into the second room, so there's no compromise on the standards.
Yeah, I think that's really important to reiterate to everyone who's attended before. Like the whole space, the spacious feel of it, the 360 access, the side tables will all still be there for everyone in attendance, including in the second room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
definitely
super exciting.
I'm definitely so happy I could wrestle in action, man.
So, for anyone listening who is as almost as excited as we are or interested in the additional tickets, Stan is going to give us all an update on how that release is going to look and how you may be able to get one.
So, as it stands, currently there is 10 people on the waiting list. About now, which is 10:30 on Saturday morning, those 10 people will be receiving an email and be able to buy one of the 12 tickets. They can add rooms, they can add all the extras, it's all available there. And those people have 24 hours to purchase those tickets. It's only fair that they went on the waiting list. We invited people to go on the waiting list so they get first
100%.
refusal. Then after that 24 hours and a bit time, probably on Sunday night, I'll say at about 7 o'clock-ish, any remaining tickets will go live to the general public.
Sale.
So at best, there's going to be 2 tickets up for grabs.
Incredible.
Sorry, at worst.
At worst. And yeah. It is. I think it's really exciting that we can reward the people who went on the reserve list right from the off.
Put their names down.
Yeah, like they committed to say they would like a ticket. So that's been the fuel for us to go away and actually really do our best to extend this event.
Yeah, it's given us the faith that we can do it.
Yeah, and goes without saying, and we said it on our launch video. So appreciative of everyone who has signed up already, and hopefully the fact that we can release another effectively 12 tickets via our reserve list first and foremost is just incredible.
Yes. So just to clarify, about 10:30, reserve list people will get an email with the link inviting them to buy the tickets, and then on Sunday evening, any remaining we've got will go on general
live.
Sale.
Amazing. We will probably won't be able to set another podcast for it, but we'll definitely have a Facebook post go live, just letting general public know that we have however many tickets are left going on sale.
Yep, I'll put a post up on Sunday evening, an hour or so before they go on live, with the time and the number that's available. And that being said, for anyone that didn't book the Saturday night meal, anyone that wants dice, anyone that wants additional accommodation. It's all available on Eventbrite.
And we'll stay available for the next several months, won't we, until we
Yeah.
finalise numbers for the hotel.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just very, very excited to be able to extend up to 60 man. I mean, that is, once again, breaking our own number, but that will make it officially the biggest GT outside of, biggest all world GT outside of Games Workshop, to best of my reckoning.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
think
how big was the last one you went to at GW? It was under 60, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'd have to double check on BCP to see how many people were there, to be honest. I had a feeling it was more, but honestly, it might not have been.
I think it could.
Sorry, Sib.
I think it could possibly be short-lived though, because there are like the UKTC lot and a few other people are now starting to talk bigger numbers.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Honestly, for the very love of the hobby, and I'd love to see bigger events. To be honest, I'd love to see a return to the big 100, 150 people GTs.
Oh yeah, there's no worse than fighting for tickets.
I know Richie was saying they've got an initial allocation of 60.
Yeah, with the opportunity to go bigger as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's dependent on 40k and all the rest of it.
Yeah, of course, because it's within the UKTC sort of umbrella, isn't it?
Yeah.
That reminds us, I need to buy tickets for Richie and Tom's event in Cardiff, in Coventry. Sorry,
Coventry.
I've had a quick look at the Coventry one.
Are you gonna have a look?
Yeah, I've had a look. One of my 40k friends is wanting to go down, and he's asked us if I fancy going to it. So I am going to have a better look at it.
Because that'll that'd be awesome if you could. Because what's it? Is it the middle of October?
Yeah,
it's the second last weekend of October, I think, or the last weekend.
So if anyone's looking for a warm-up event before the Forgotten North 3, October in Coventry might be the place to be. Also, to be fair, it also clashes with the Cardiff event, which I'm sure will be wonderfully ran by Ollie and the guys over there as well.
Which is a shame.
It's a shame because I'd like to have done both. Yeah, it's a long drive from Newcastle, to be fair, isn't it?
I mean, Coventry's a long drive, but it's doable.
Aye.
Ollie's a great guy. I would have liked to have supported him, but we can only be in one place.
Yeah.
Now, I think, just going back to our event, it's worthwhile saying that because there are 4 of us now, there will be 4 TOs. So we're not even compromising on just having the 2 TOs. There will be people in both rooms.
Even more of us to put up with.
Yeah. More beers to buy to obviously.
Yeah. It's just a bigger round. But no, I think you're right though to bring that up. Actually, there's more of us in a bigger room with more people, but we're not compromising space, ability to get hold of a TO. Totally valid point for sure. And the fact that it's only the fact that we're confident of having more of us as well that we can expand so readily, which is super exciting.
But this will definitely be it.
But we can't go bigger than this, as it's for this event at the very least, and certainly not compromising the space. So this is even more scenery to build and paint.
Yeah, we're going to have a busy summer.
Just building scenery, painting scenery.
Sitting in Scott's yard, drinking cans.
It's a hard life, though, for some, innit?
Yeah.
So that's the amazing news about our event and sort of what's going on in the direct world of sort of the wider Forgotten North as an event. But what of I suppose we just sort of segue into a general.
We're going to talk Warhammer, aren't we?
We're going to talk Warhammer. I know. Yeah.
Christ, what a time to be alive! All the news coming out.
What a time to be alive! You could not have said that better.
Has there been any news?
Have I seen something going on?
Have you been in concert stand again?
Where the world stops.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right though, Sib, isn't it? What a wild period.
I mean, I have had to stop my Beastmen. Put the brakes on because there's a new army on the block, and I am not missing out on this bad boy.
You're just too excited to get some Cathay rolling, aren't you?
Yeah, and I hate painting green.
Are you going to go Jade?
You're
not sure. Going to go something a bit jazzy.
You know what? like 90% of my armies end up with some tone of red in them, and I have to avoid it. I have to not do it.
As you look down at the red top you're wearing as well.
I know. It's my blood. It's my blood pressure. It brings out. Like I've even been out in the sun today and got like a red head.
Disaster.
Yeah.
I will say, if there's any commission painters out there, give us a shout, please.
Who wants to do a deal though? Not really expensive commission painters, because we're not interested in that.
Yeah, you've got to get the stuff first. I mean, it's good Games Workshop backed up on the limited supply thing, because I think that had a lot of people worried. God, yeah, Ed made a video about it. He was worried.
It was bizarre though, wasn't it? That I mean, obviously it was just a mistake, and mistakes happen. But it's bizarre that it managed to get through their proofreading and their publishing.
Well, I don't think Warcom has proofreading. Let's be honest.
That might be.
It's not the first time.
No, and it won't be the last. Bless them.
Warcom's done by the White Yes lads, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just some bless them little apprentices earning their stripes.
Warcom is the department that doesn't play any of their games.
But incredibly exciting, right? Release based on the leak. Like, obviously, there's been leaks. Again,
no leaks.
I mean, let's face it, Scott. You had to do some work today, but me and Stan and Andy have been just throwing lists at each other, having a laugh. Yeah,
all I've seen is different chats that I'm in, just streaming with Cathalis, and I've got barely any idea what's going on because I didn't see the launch last night. I've tried catching up for today, but I've literally been at work all day until this record, so I've still not read it all properly.
So it's definitely been written by the guy who done the Beast book.
Because it's mental.
Yeah, it's mental. But I'm not seeing hard lists coming out yet because it's so expensive.
I mean, there's not only expensive points from what I've heard, but we know those models are going to be pricey boys.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was £100 for one of them hot air balloons.
I mean, it looks amazing though, doesn't
it?
Yeah. I know the internet's a little bit on fire, but I'm kind of a bit.
You're so much more dubious, aren't you?
I'm not saying they're weak.
No, sorry. I'm not accusing you of saying they're weak. Sorry, I'm just saying you're not bought in yet to the fact that they're going to be a powerhouse, are you?
I think they'll be third or fourth best army. This is, before the errata FAQ match play.
I'm not going to lie. If someone's out there and want to do me a favour, rather than leaking this book, can we just have someone actually get hold of the FAQ and let us know what's confirmed?
The FAQ is either going to.
God damn it, GW, get it released. Scott needs his FAQ.
2 weeks. It'll come out just before the general release of Cathay.
Do you think that's when it'll come out? I hope so.
I think it'll come out on the Thursday before the release.
On the dark web, we reckon that the match play guide's going to be spoiled tomorrow. Those underground workers who managed to break into GW and steal books. We reckon that's going to be spoiled tomorrow, and I don't think it'll be long after before the FAQs smell out.
Yeah, you might well be right then, Stan, with your guess. I mean, I'm obviously excited to see the Cathay stuff because it's been a long time since we've seen a new army. I mean, the last new army was Ogre Kingdoms?
Ogres?
20 years ago, yeah.
I mean, remember it well when I was in the prime of life.
Was it 2014?
I think it was, actually. Was it 20? It must have been about that.
It was between 2014 and 2016.
I thought it was 2012.
Oh, Christ. Nah, it couldn't have been. It was a 7th edition book, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It wasn't 6th edition. It was definitely a 7th edition book.
And I think it was a mid to late book as well.
One thing is for certain, it was a bloody long time ago.
And another thing was for certain, it was a shit army.
It was amazing in the dawn of 8th edition, though, wasn't it? That 8th edition book was an absolute whopper to start with until everyone else has caught up on the power creep.
It was a bit of a flop in 7th, but I never played it, so I couldn't.
That's right, aye. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Cathay just because it's new. And there's no doubt.
Ogre King, according to Google, Ogre Kingdoms were released in 2005 as part of 6th edition.
Really?
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh God, we're even older than we thought.
No, I'm sure I've only got I've got all the books from 6th, and I'm sure I've only got one Ogre Kingdoms book.
Which I mean, but what is certain, it was still the last army that was released.
Going to Google here,
So Cathay is very exciting. Like the models look incredible, incredible.
So that would make it the 20 years.
It's 20 years for sure. It's over 20 years.
So yeah, 2005 works out.
Yeah, it's been 20 years. Yeah.
Christ.
2 decades, and we've finally got a new army, who incidentally have ogre slaves.
Half an army, because we know there's going to be.
It is a very small.
Whoa. There are no slaves in this game no more. They're unpaid workers.
Ogre apprentices.
Zero hours contracts.
we don't drop the S word anymore, do we? Not for the ogres.
Yeah.
Unpaid apprenticeships.
But my God, how good are ogre loaders?
Equality and diversity hires.
I mean, they look very. I mean, I know we mentioned it's a very, very small book so far, but it looks like it's got some very nice things in.
Is there more characters in that book than units?
Yeah. So you got Jade Warriors, Jade Lancers, and then guns.
Yeah, and Big Thing and Balloon.
There's only 3, 4, excluding the special character. So you've got the mage, the gatekeepers.
You have multiple levels of each one, don't you?
Yes, you got the magistrate,
it's just one entry.
The gatekeepers. There's three different character types plus the special character. There's 4 characters. There's only 2
core units, 2 types of artillery, and 2 big things.
Yeah, there's more characters. And in slots, there's more characters than anything else.
Yeah.
Who do you think they are? Orcs and goblins?
So there's 10 entries in the release.
Yeah. It's a small release, that's for sure. But very exciting looking release as well. I think they're going to be a very shocked if they're not an incredibly popular army. Shocked.
Oh yeah, they're good. It's going to be raining money.
Yeah.
What do we think the Arcane Journal Mark II might add to them? I think we need some missile troops in there.
I don't think it'll add any more models.
You're not?
What the next phase of Cathay? Do you not?
No.
Oh, it feels such a small force. It reminds us almost a little bit of when Chaos Dwarfs got released in 8th edition. But it was just like such a condensed army. Like almost like a taster army that they then never ended up fleshing out.
I think you might get like a unit accounts as, like your White Lion, Woodsman, or your Talzin Guards. But I don't think you'll get any more models. I don't think you'll get 2 armies of infamy from your magic items.
Mm.
In the next book, after this one, do you mean?
Yes, the one that's due before the end of the year.
I mean, how would you make an army of infamy with that few units?
No, I kind of feel there's going to be some like handgun wielders or like dragony gun wielders. I mean, what the hell do I know? But like,
because I bet you they could make just an add-on sprue for the Jade Warriors. Give them guns.
That'd be a harken back to the old days with just like arm sprues, wouldn't it?
Just looking at the 40k model, they'll release like a tight 12 kit release for a new army in one edition, and then they'll do the other half an edition or maybe 2 editions later.
But this has been the first time they've released a brand new army in so long. I just don't know.
Yeah, but it's still SDS, isn't it? It's not main studio.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's true.
And you've got Horus Heresy coming. I just think there's a lot of stuff in their production line.
I mean, you could be right.
You're not wrong with that. There's a lot on the agenda in there.
Yeah. I've never really sat and went through the Total War units and seen what was missing. I just got excited this morning.
Don't get us wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I've never even played Total War.
You're going to get the working class missile troops.
Yeah, so I mean, they don't have any. Like, this is almost like their elite force. It feels like it's missing the, like you say, like the conscripts, the lower class bods, so to speak.
But based on the articles, it is pretty much what it is. It's their expeditionary force.
Yeah, is it like, yeah, but then they've got all the different characters, which seems like right.
It's a force that's going to Marienburg.
Yeah, that's true. Like that is that's the story behind the book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Based on the articles and everything. So yeah, you're probably right. But I hope they do. I hope they do flesh them out and make
I
them a
think they
wider
will.
army.
I think they will.
I mean, it's got a lot of juice flowing on the internet, that's for sure, hasn't it? Like, nerds across the world have lost their mind. Sib's dropped his Beastman and he's going to cafe.
Yeah, I mean, it had to happen.
The world's on fire.
I'm not having any locals beat me to having a cafe on the table.
You're like, I am definitely the first cafe in the northeast.
Aye.
To be honest, as soon as you've got it up and running, we'll have to have a game straight, like as soon as possible. Like, definitely.
At least that's one thing with them. The relatively elite, so it'll not take you long.
No, I think I was looking at the model count at the end and the list I fancy, and it's not big. I think it uses every model in the box.
Nice.
And what they're called again, I forgot the name of them, the Shenlong Dragon thing.
That is funky looking model, isn't it?
And a big, well, them Sentinels, man, they're getting dry brushed to hell, so that'll take about 4 minutes.
I think Stan and I talked about it when I first went live. Like, that model looks so nice to paint, like even for a not good painter, if that makes sense. Like, I think a good bit of dry brushing and whatnot could do wonders with that model.
I was taken aback by the base size because I thought all the way through the spoilers it was going to be on the 100 by 100.
100 is it not 100 by 150?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sentinel,
the Ragnarok one.
The Sentinel's on a Terrorgeist base, and the balloons are on the new 100 by 100.
Oh, is it? I thought that was on a big. I thought that was going to be on a bigger base.
No, it's 100 by 100, and I thought they were going to use the same base for the Sentinel. But now they've went back to being the silly base.
We call that the base size of choice for all the cool dragons in the world.
Silly base.
Silly base size, yes. I don't know why they thought. I tell you who needs massive bases: undead dragons.
Yeah.
But some of those options for the Sentinels, though, look really cool. Like, and really let you tailor your list to do something a bit different. I love the look of like the granite one where you're immune to multi-wound. I really like that because like,
that's my fave.
That I think is just.
Stan's got a different route, though, haven't you, Stan?
Yeah, I like the Jade. So then you can pick the two picks from Jade are either the 5-up ward.
And it's power level 3 as well, wouldn't it? Which is spicy.
Or the double move.
Double move is sexy. I also like double wind blast.
I mean,
double wind blast is an option as well.
Who doesn't love double wind blast?
Yeah, that's very sexy. Double wind blast.
Yeah. I mean, back to inches and another. Oh, is that off the board, sucker?
Yeah.
Or just you thought you were going to charge us, now you're not.
If you get your let me have a look at the name of this thing because I'm going to talk about 5 times and forget it every time. Where's my list gone?
I can't see it on the leak. Did anyone see what the Warpstone Sentinel actually did? Because
it's magical attacks.
And does it reduce your toughness in base contact?
Yeah, and it's got -1 toughness to things in base to base.
Oh,
yeah, that could
nice
make
as well, isn't it?
Dragon Lord's thing. The Shegadan Lord.
Gonna try again whilst reading and still get it wrong.
Oh, this is not worse to be dyslexic. Shegadan. Oh, fuck it.
The Lord can't
The mage on the Chinese Pegasus, I think you're trying to say.
Aye, that's the fella.
Get in.
But yeah, so what? So we've talked cafe. What else have you guys been up to recently then?
Well, I mean, I can't say that I've been up to it, to be fair, but I can only give another shout out to my poor suffering wife, who is currently touching up and improving the basin on my entire Tomb King collection. Bless her little heart. So far she's rebased approximately 150 skeletons.
My God, you're a horrible man.
She's an absolute hero, bless her. I don't threaten her with violence and stuff, though, like I don't beat her.
Do you just give her tins of beer?
Just throw stuff at her. Get it done.
You do worse. Rebase 150 skeletons.
People would rather be beaten than rebase 150 skeletons.
I mean, that is kind of wife cruelty.
Well, honestly, we were chatting about it, and obviously I'm taking Tomb Kings to Worlds in September.
Yeah.
I think I wasn't very happy with the base, and I was like, I want to get a bit of more content, texture to them. I just put a bit of the grass on. I really need to remagnetize them, and then touch up the sand flock as well. And
you should have spoke to me first year, Scott, about this.
Bless her little heart, she's absolutely redoing every base.
Because when you get there and you get your army out the box, half of it's going to be hanging off. The planes do not look after army cases.
Whoa, there's no planes. I'm driving to Germany.
Oh my God. You're driving?
Yeah, I'm driving. I'm going to we're getting on the ferry to Amsterdam, and it's only a 3-hour drive from Amsterdam. So,
oh well.
Scott is having a road trip with.
Who's going with you?
Passengers. Myself, Steve, Dave, and Jack are in the car.
Steve?
Toll.
Toll.
Yeah. The great Toll.
How gutted are you going to be when this errata drops and kills that army list?
It's not going to. I don't know how you could dare question that.
Dave's going to be suicidal when he finds out Poison's crap now.
Dave's already working on alternative armies, and hats off to him. He's segued and he's looking at alternative builds with the rumours that have come out. But that's the frustrating. That's why I'm so desperate for the errata and the FAQ, because at the minute, we're just playing around with rumour, and I mean, I would just happily murder someone to get the FAQ out.
I think there's no way on this planet that don't fix Poison in some way, shape, or form, whether it's unit caps or what the league is.
Really hope it's not unit caps, because I think that spoils the game.
And it's also funny that the only unit I think should never be capped is Skaven have a unit cap.
I
don't know, they don't really exist.
They don't really exist. They're a myth. There's not giant rats under the Empire. Okay? Yeah. That is a rumour that has been quashed by the good folk of Altdorf and other city-states.
So, as you all know, I decided that when the Beastman book came out, I wanted to do some beef. And I'm proud to say that it took me 3 days to get a 21 model Minotaur army on the table, fully painted, fully based. And it won its first game through sheer luck.
Oh, really? How did it go? I've seen that you were playing.
Yeah, so I played Jack, and he put out a chaos list without a dragon. He went with a mounted bus with a chaos lord in. I arcane urgency'd my big block across the table and put it right in front of his Forsaken, shouting at him, "Don't roll a 6 for kill and blow." From where I put the unit, it looked like the Chaos Knights couldn't get in the flank. I wish I'd put the template down and double checked.
Were they in your flank there, Sim? Were they?
Massively in the flank. Anyway, they came in, I challenged. He got kill and blow on the friggin' Forsaken. And I was lucky. I killed just enough models that when I failed the modified, but not the unmodified, my unit strength was still just one above his. It was
brown trousers time.
Yeah, it was brown trousers time, because if another model had gone, I mean, yeah, you're going to lose a whole 3 wounds. But if another model had gone, my 1,100 or 1,200 point unit was running across the table with a Chaos Knight bus running in the back.
It's wild that you've done that. That's my next project I'm about to start is a beef list. The fact that you got that done in 3 days is just outrageous.
Yeah, just got
it will not be done in 3 days.
Made the 3D print them for us. I used a very simple base and scheme of cork, and just went at it. All speed paints, and my new best friends. I don't know if you've used them yet, but these AK marker pens, paint pens.
Oh. Well, what are they?
Get them in. So there's a full range of them, and these ones are markers. So they're great for black lining and doing detail on maybe if you're doing a banner.
Oh, that's interesting.
These ones are a brush.
Just draw them on as if it's a paint.
Yeah, and you just You just paint it on.
Oh, how wild.
And it's really good for, like, if I get this little pig here, the straps around the ankles.
Right, aye.
It does them dead fast. So it was all
That's
speed paints
interesting.
and these new pens, which I'm quite happy with.
I mean, I love a speed paint, to be honest. Like, that's how my entire Tomb King army's painted.
Yeah.
Bit of contrast. Like, I love it. I'm not a very good painter anyway, so like, you get a decent effect with a lot less effort, which is positive.
I didn't have any, but I actually entered one of them online competitions that you see pop up, and I actually won a full set of speed paints.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, like
The
I
army
think
painter ones?
Yeah, well, no, these are they army painter. No, these are called
Yes.
army painter speed paints.
Yeah. I think they're really good quality.
Yeah, I won a full set of them. It was a decent sized box of them. So I thought, let's give them a shot. Let's give them a try, see what they're like. And I've been quite impressed with them. Two armies I've done now.
I've got some of the army painter speed paints, and they're just good stuff, to be honest. Like, I think the quality of them is very good. They definitely do their job.
I like the new Fanatic range.
That is incredible paints, to be fair, though. That range of paint that you've got is genuinely lovely stuff.
But I've been doing a bit of work on my Warriors of Chaos, ready for Toy Soldier Resurrection.
Yep. GT in.
Are both of you go to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never actually been to Element Games before.
Have you not?
No.
Right.
I know. I've just had, like, I don't know how it's ever happened. I've just never made it there. So I'm quite looking forward to it. Obviously run by Mark and whatnot, and like the guys over there are good guys.
Yeah, I mean, I would have come with you, but I've got work that weekend.
I was going to say you're working that weekend, aren't you?
Yeah. But I'll have to tell you about. Are you being Stan?
Yeah, loads of times.
All right. So in that case, you'll know.
I'm like the only man in the. I seems like I'm the only person in the north who's never actually been to Element Games.
Stan will know about the curry house and the place across the road where you can get the nan babs that are like a foot long.
Yeah, that all-you-could-eat curry house around the corner.
But
this all sounds very positive.
I like Element Games, but not in the winter.
I'm looking forward. I will unsurprisingly be taking Tomb Kings.
Yeah, I mean, I used to attend the Toy Soldier events back in the day that were run by Mark.
Yeah.
Cracking events. God, we have some stories from them. I'll not bore everyone with them, but we have many Toy Soldier events under our belt. So it's nice to see that it's back on the cards.
And it's that sort of thing, like, you know, you're in that area, like, there might be bigger events in the future. I just think if we can get more of, like, just good events, like, it's just such a really positive place for the hobby to be.
It's a shame that the Facehammer one's 2 weeks later at the same venue.
The other problem is, and again, for anyone who is looking for an event, like, there's multiple coming up. There's obviously the Toy Soldier, there's Facehammer, both at Element Games. And that's in September, and I'm going to really struggle because in September I'm away in Oslo for a stag do, and then I've got Worlds. So Toy Soldier will almost certainly be my last event before Worlds.
Yeah, I was free for the Facehammer one as well, and I might still go because there's a lot of the Dragon Slayers going. So I might.
Yeah, I know. Like John and Adian, like their bunch are all aiming to get there, aren't they?
Yeah, I've been talking to them about maybe grabbing an Airbnb and a load of us just going on like a memory tour.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have made it, to be honest. It's just September's just so unbelievably tight for us.
It's just a shame, like 2 weeks apart. It's just
I know.
Who plans these things? We need to have a word with the planners.
Because the intention of Toy Soldier is to test me list in person, or further test me list in person at an actual event before that'll be taken to Germany for Worlds. That's my plan.
I mean, Toy Soldier historically and all, it wasn't just a Warhammer event; it was a multidiscipline event.
Yeah, and when I went for the Blood Bowl.
Yeah,
and there was 40k. There was bolt
action.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they just continue to grow as well, don't they, and get all back to it, because I would love to see the return of like really big GTs again.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm interested in that Coventry one, because it sounds like the UKTC guys are the only people who've got the the venues and the umps to put on big events like 200 manners.
40k is also just such a bigger game than when it just sells it anywhere. I mean, you've been to a UKTC for 40k, Stan, haven't you?
Yeah. It's different.
I'm looking forward to see, just to attend. It's another event to tick off. It's another experience to go down and enjoy for the hobby. That's fundamentally that's what we do. Attend them for, to take part in different events and
with UKTC, you know what you're signing up for.
Cattle market.
Yeah. But
I mean,
as long as you're comfortable with that, it's a great event.
Yeah, and I just want to, I just want to experience it. And it's just another event to go and play some Warhammer, and who doesn't want to do that?
And if Richie and them are running it, then it should be.
Yeah, 100%. I've got nothing but confidence that Richie and Tom will run a cracking event.
Yeah. I mean, my plan this year was build armies this year, so that I've got plenty of choice. Next year, do some events.
My plan next year is to actually attend events and not use Tomb Kings all of the time.
Oh, that's just reminded us. We're not going to release them now, but we do have the dates for 2026, don't we?
We do have the dates for 2026, which is incredibly exciting as well. Yeah, already got dates penciled in with the hotel for Forgotten North 2026.
Where was the heads up?
I know, I've forgotten all about it. I was too excited about the 60-man event. I was like, oh my god, we've got 60 people.
And I've literally just remembered when you said next year.
I'd literally forgotten all about it. I can't believe I didn't share that with everybody. It was only because we spoke on the phone. Yeah, to be announced at a later date, because they're there.
Yeah, we'll probably announce the May one at November.
Yeah, and this time we'll actually give people a heads up with when we're going live with tickets after how well this one sold. I think is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think because we're getting the FAQ and that this year, I think we'll get a whole year of playing Warhammer before any more major changes happen. So I think it'll be quite fluid next year.
Well, I think we'll get another 6 months at least because they've been pretty consistent with their FAQs, haven't they?
Yeah, you will probably get something in January.
I don't think February. If this one is as big as it is rumored, though, I think Sib's right in the fact that I don't think you'll see another massive FAQ, game changing in January, unless something goes Pete Tong with this one. Would be me good feel.
Fixes the cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be tidying things up.
It'll
be kind of like what this January one was,
Yeah, which was just a bit of a tidy up, wasn't it? The January one. But they're almost guaranteed in the cafe that there'll be something a little bit outrageous that'll just need toned down once it's play tested so much more vigorously.
So, talking FAQs, right? Wish list time. If you could pick one thing that you could fix in the game, what you're going for?
Skirmishes.
As a whole set?
I just hate them so much. Right? I just think the 360 vision of them, crazy charging, it's just nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Is my opinion. It's one of the very few rules in the game that I just think is.
It needs a rewrite.
With it. I just think it's so convoluted and crap.
I wouldn't be objective. They turned around and said, those 2 pages of skirmisher rules, rip them out your book and replace them with these 4 pages.
For me, that's the biggest thing I'd love for them to address. Personally,
I would just like to see skirmisher equals open order. Bye.
Yeah. I don't. I
went back to 8th edition. I wouldn't be upset.
Honestly, I thought the 8th edition skirmish rules weren't much different to any other rules for skirmishers. To be fair, over the years, I think hats off that to the writers that tried doing something genuinely different with skirmishers, and I applaud the intent and the effort. I think the 360 arc thing is just mental. But that's my one. That would be my one major wish if I could.
No, I think it's a good one. I think skirmishers are very difficult to fix, very difficult to play against.
Yeah.
And
what about you?
Well, just hanging off yours, I don't like skirmishers that are more than a 25 or 30 mil base.
That I could totally also agree with. If the rules, as they said, for 360 and everything, were based on infantry,
yeah,
and somehow they adjusted in line with unit type. Because obviously, when I say ridiculous skirmishes, what we mean is pegs.
Yeah.
And single characters just flying around doing mental things.
I mean, for
there's just
me,
no counterplay to it.
Actually, I'll let Stan go first because I asked the question. I'll go last.
Then. What would you like to change then, Stan?
Oh, so many. Well,
is there?
No, to be honest, there's three things.
Oh, go on then.
Skirmishes, which I would like to see the difference between a level 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 narrowed.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you're talking magic here.
Yeah, and that's really one of the hot topics on the rumor mill, isn't it? As well.
And a boost to infantry.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of those things, to be fair.
Well, mine is the combat resolution table, which is a boost to infantry. I'd like to see outnumber come back. I'd like to see close order taken away from any single model, because a single model isn't in a formation.
I agree with that as well.
Well, if the rumours to be believed, that's pretty much happening.
Which I suppose, to be fair, if there are big three wishes, the rumours seem to suggest that they're touching base on a lot of those things that we've just said we'd like to see changed in the game.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you, Sib, and what you said, Sander, because they're both pretty the same.
The only one that needs
is 2 infantry, and removing bonuses to individual models would definitely improve the game.
The only one that needs any serious work is skirmishes. The rest are just tweaks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, out of the 3 things that we just said, the only one that actually is a big deal is skirmishes. Which would be a bit of a rewrite, where the other ones are literally just as what they are, which would be an FAQ.
Yeah.
But actually, for me, skirmishes, if you turned around and said skirmishes essentially function like a heavy chariot.
But from an arc and whatnot.
Yeah, you can still give them 360 shooting, but you can only charge
forward. Yeah. That would actually be a very interesting fix, to be honest. Yeah, I'd be on board with that. But that's why we just need the FAQ released. Like the suspense is killing us. It's making us lose my hair. I've gone grey.
You're not getting your sleep hours in?
I'm not getting my sleep hours in.
I'm lying in bed in the night time while the wife's watching Love Island. I'm like, skirmishes.
It's keeping us awake at night. I just need this FAQ, JW. You're killing us.
It's that meme with the bloke lying next to his lass. His lass going, I bet he's thinking for the women. No, thinking of the FAQ.
What's going on with this FAQ?
It's crazy stuff.
Oh.
Because you know what? If they get it right, it takes a good game, or actually it takes a great game to an excellent game, if they get it right. And I just want them to.
Yeah.
I am willing them. I've never prayed for anything in my life, but I'm praying for this.
I'm with you, so I genuinely think what they've produced with Old World is the best first edition game I've ever played.
Yeah.
And I think with a couple of more tweaks here and there, genuinely could be just phenomenal. Such a phenomenal game. I do think they've done a really good job. There's flaws in it. There's flaws in every edition. And this is a first edition, which people seem to forget. So I'd love to see them make those tweaks that I think.
Well, Fantasy got to 8th edition and it was still broken.
Yeah, I mean, Stan and I have talked about this loads. People reminisce about other editions, and I particularly say 8th, which I played loads of 8th and loved 8th edition, genuinely. Mm. But if you played 8th edition out the box, it was absolutely broken to all hell, and people forget that because it was comped over years and years and years. But 8th edition, uncomped out the box, was absolute carnage.
I mean, I played 5 games of it, and I just shook my head at every one. Granted, some of it could have been the people I was playing. But
there's got to be no perfect game because everyone's different, wants different things.
There's no edition and no game system's ever going to please everyone.
But I think I'm happy with it. I'm enjoying it.
I love Old World. I love Old World. I love playing it. I love the community that's building in it and around it. I think it's just such a positive time to be like involved with Warhammer as a hobby. Like it's so good. I'm enjoying it like immensely.
I've got on record and said it's my favourite version ever.
Honestly, I'm not. I don't think I'm far behind you. To be honest, I really like it.
Now, 10% of that could be my memory issues and not remembering
Well,
any previous version.
I mean,
But
I think
no, I like the way you can't just 118 a unit. You can't just truck on through anybody anymore.
No one get like. You're right though. Like nothing just goes. Oh, I'm going to insta win done.
Yeah,
Bosh.
there's my grill bus. There's whatever you want to put in front of it, and I'm going off the end of the table. That was 7th.
Like good old seventh edition gateway. I've rolled a 10. Take the unit off. You what? You orders. Off it goes. Or like 8th edition, lots of killer spells. You need the killer spells for the horde blocks. That yet they were intermixed. No edition's perfect, and that's not to say like those editions were wrong. Like no edition's wrong. They're just different editions.
No, I like this one because magic doesn't seem to just win the game. Shooting doesn't just seem to win the game, except if it's goblins and like 90 of them.
Dave.
In most places, you've got to do something more than just one thing to win the game.
It's reminiscent of Sixth in that way. A lot of it, I think.
I like the push pull of the break test. You
don't
run in, break someone, and they run away. Like I'm going to give ground to like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, as I was talking about earlier when we Minotaurs, I completely fucked up and got away because the break test system allows for that. If you haven't been smashed yet, you can.
Because in another world, in another edition, you'd have just panicked and ran.
Oh yeah, if that was
game over,
6, 7 for 8, if I was getting ran down by lots of Chaos Knights.
Yeah,
Andy was taking his toys home and probably breaking them.
Yeah, stupid army. That's 3 days of my life gone.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. Look, it's a great place to be, though, isn't it? Like we just all want to see it improve. I think anybody who genuinely loves the hobby just wants to see it getting a little bit better.
So what you've got planned for your Minotaurs then, Scott?
So I've not really deep dived the leak stuff because I'll get my book on Sunday when I see Stan, and before that I need to pay him.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not leaked; it's been out a week.
yeah, but my book was over by Stan because I was at work when it got released. So, but I'm probably gonna go. I'm debating whether to have 2 level 2s in it or to just go all beef, all send. But I'm essentially going to go Mino block, maybe it's a little Mino block, and then Dragon Ogres.
Right. So basically what I put out.
Something's really similar, to be honest.
There's not much you can really do with it.
Because you've got to have the 2 Minos.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm thinking double Doom Bull and a Gore Bull. That's if I go no magic and just go absolutely ham. Or Doom Bull, Gore Bull, supported by 2 level 2s.
Yeah.
And in some ungos.
Even if you just take the level 1 and then the Demon Heart, it's just so much defense.
Again,
I got a Vile tied off, and that was great with a level 2. Yeah, because the caster's level 3 when you've got the Daft Herdstone thing next to them.
Aye, and obviously a Herdstone in the list as well. Obviously. Yeah.
Let's just wait to see what happens. Again, back to FAQ.
Back to the FAQ. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've got different variant lists in mind, but I just want to know how the match play guide looks from a sort of how the mission's going to impact the game, etc. And which is, again, exciting because it changes how your list build and what your priorities are a little bit, maybe. Yeah. And how the FAQ changes just the meta and the world in Warhammer.
Question for you: how do you guys feel about the Herdstone and line of sight?
Is it not impassable terrain?
It's impassable, and it's a stone. I just don't know if people are going to be classing it as blocks line of sight or just maybe.
That's an unusual lot, isn't it? It's probably going to become TO dependent. I assume it's not clear in the rules.
Personally, I think if it's sensible, it blocks line of sight.
I agree. I think it blocks line of sight.
I mean, mine's a big rock, but
I just think based on the actual model of a Herdstone, like I think personally, I think it blocks line of sight.
If it's about the size of a template, it blocks line of sight.
Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion.
And if it's circular, if you're doing this stupid thing which people have said when there's a V cut in it with your 5 best to goes with the flying banner hiding in the V where they can't see, no.
To be fair, if you try to do that, you deserve to have absolutely no friends.
Yeah, I might have mentioned that, but it was a joke.
I don't know, but if someone, the thing is, though, someone would try that, and like, that's nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I've just got 5 goals sitting around mine, like having a campfire.
Yeah, with your wizard sort of like just, hey, good time.
I mean, it's a 6-inch base, and then you've got 12 inches from it, so it's quite a range.
It's a big
Can
catchment
your
area.
5 goal can't control it?
You got to be unit strength 10 in it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy always cheating.
Oh, he's been hanging around tools too much.
I'm gonna have to buy 5 more go here.
You're gonna have to buy 5 more go. What a hardship.
I'm sure it said 5. Yeah, you said 5. Oh, well,
I'm sure it's US 10. Did you cheat your
US
Jack?
10.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack.
Shocking. What shocking behaviour.
I'm a bad dad.
Just about this. This is what did it.
Right, let me get this book up here.
Too busy working on how to game it without reading the actual rules.
Yeah. He got too carried away with his banner and a little V cut into it that he thought, man, I'm not going to bother reading the rest of those rules. They're for chumps.
But I even put my army list online somewhere and got people to read it, and they never said anything.
Was one of them Andy? He loves to cheat as well.
Oh yeah, Andy was my list checker.
He's honestly.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the list.
He's also not. Yeah, because the list was fine. It was the fact that you were using the cheat no herdstone control that was the problem. That is brilliant.
This is brilliant. I mean, what did 5 go cost?
About 30 points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to paint them up. That's the problem.
Oh God, what a disaster!
That's the thing. Do you take 10 because you lose 2 and then you lose it?
That's the problem, isn't it? If you start with 10 but you have 2 die, do you need to oversaturate for these things? Especially if that's what, as we kind of suspect, unit strength 10 in core is what can take objectives in the match play guide, based on that that release that they did with the High Elf?
And yeah.
In which case, you need to go bigger than 10 to give you some sort of casualty protection. It's interesting.
I'm having to go to the rule book here to find out the contest numbers.
But no, I think to circle back, you're absolutely right, though, Sib. It's just a very exciting time to be getting, just for Warhammer. What a time to just nerd out. Cafe out, match play guide confirmed and coming shortly. FAQ expected kind of in the next 2 to 3 weeks, do you reckon, Stan?
The next 2 weeks, I reckon.
Early July, do you reckon?
Yeah, by 4th of July, when Cathay hits the shelves, I think everything will be 5th of July. Everything will be out. Is my prediction.
I hope so, because that would be a lovely thing to be like. We've now released every army, barring the legacy factions. But every announced army is now released. It's available. Every rule's out.
Sib's either moving so slowly. He's
there.
Invisible.
He's desperately trying to say that we were wrong about unit strength 10 on the herdstone.
I am. I'm flying through it here.
Do you want to reach the book that's literally behind us?
I'm here on the special features.
We're going to end this very shortly at that, just with Sib crying.
I mean, I've literally got 6 go, so I'm over 5.
I'm sure it's been
under 10.
Yeah, he's got 6, but it's still not 10.
Well, I didn't like the Axis of Kroger anyway. They seem to be...
Stan's just going to go get that book. There he goes.
Yeah, go on, Stan, get the book, because I can't find it here. Special features. Controlling a special feature by unit. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no, you're right. Control the herdstone is unit strength 5 or more.
Oh, no, we're going to leave it with Stim celebrate. This is a disaster.
Justice for Sib.
Justice for hashtag Justice for Sib.
I'm gonna get one of my pens. I'm gonna get a red one and write Justice for Sib on the back of my headstone.
But I still think 6 is a bit light because you're a fireball away from losing it.
I mean, they're just obviously. I've got lots of Minotaurs as well, who are trying to stay within like a certain range of it. But Justice for Sib.
Oh, you absolutely put that on your headstone. That'd be hilarious.
Those Minotaurs aren't staying within 6 of it.
No, they're not. They're probably not. Off to ham somebody up, aren't they?
I mean, I've rolled my 2 spells. I rolled Oaken Shield and Arcane Urgency, and I was like, oh, Christ, what one do I drop for Viletide? So this week I went...
Who was this on?
My level 2.
Brave Shaman.
No, the Minotaur with the level 2.
Cheating again. Your Minotaur can't take Viletide.
Can he not?
No, he doesn't have Lord of the Beasts. He doesn't have Lord of the Beasts.
Oh,
Sib!
Yeah, I really should read the book at some point. I mean, I could have kept both them spells.
No, it doesn't. It makes him a level 2 wizard, but it doesn't give him the Lord of the Beasts special rules.
To be honest, it's the same with Royal Host for Tomb Kings, that you can buy the... You can make a king a level 1 wizard and it gets him a rise, but it doesn't give him Law of Nekakara. So whatever you roll on Necromancy, you have to just take and never cast. Because it's never going to get cast on level 1 wizard.
Oh, well.
He's checking it.
He's like, God damn it!
No, I trust you on this one. It's not the end of the world, to be honest, because the unit wants to be in combat fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
It is difficult.
He can take demonology, can't he?
I think there's a couple of laws you can take.
It's a dark demo and elementalism. Or have I made that up?
I think dark might be definitely one of the choices. I'm sure it's only 2, actually.
Oh, is it only dark and elementalism the same as regular beastmen?
I think
it's battle and dark.
Yeah.
Oh, battle and dark. Sorry.
Yeah. And I think
that's what I meant, actually. Sorry.
In a fight between them 2, battle magic's the better of the 2.
Normally I would absolutely agree, but because it's going on a mad cow, those 2 buff spells in dark are just outrageous.
The dark magic gives access to frenzy, doesn't it?
Aye.
But the frenzy has to come from the primal fury if you want to give it to everybody.
Yeah, but if you don't get that, it still gives you and hatred.
Yeah.
Like it's a spicy spell, and the other one. That's the other one.
I don't think the other one has the minus toughness.
It doesn't, unless you want to run your Minos with hand weapons.
Yeah, the Motley Crew scene. I'm running them with all sorts. I'm running my back rank, which is shit because why pay for stuff that you're not going to use?
Well, they're just wound markers, aren't they?
Yeah. Them 6 Minotaurs are a delivery system for 2 Doom Bulls.
Yeah.
And then I'm using the little unit of 3. I've gone for the mixed armor thing so that they all have a 2-up save.
Aye.
Just give each of them a different armor save.
Hashtag Motley Crew bullshit.
Yeah, Motley Crew bullshit. Yep. And then the ambush on the back of the board with a 2-up save. Yeah, they might just.
They're not to be messed with. Like, to be fair, they're very good.
Like I said, there's only one of them got a great weapon. The other 2 got hand weapons, but it's still strength 5. And if you're coming on the back of the board, the things you're going to be fighting are like cannon crew and maybe his handgunners or thunderers.
I mean, I think the little green ambushing unit is just a really, really good tool. It comes on.
Just know you're going to get that one game where it doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, but you get that game for everything, don't you?
Well, that was my first game because on turn 5 they still weren't coming on.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like most of my ambushes. Yeah. They either come on right on turn 2 where you don't really want them yet, or they don't come on until turn 5. They never come on turn 3 when you ideally want them.
Yeah. I mean, by the time they came on, I think actually it might have been turn 5 they came on. I brought them on my table edge because that's where everything was happening.
Yeah. After then chased you, fleeing Minos across the board.
Yeah. But they were fun. I'll definitely take them out a few more times.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them. I think they'll be a fun army to play. And I think in certain matchups, they'll be very good.
Oh, I think
it's a lot of damage output.
If you're talking tournament, I think in a good player's hands, the 401, 302.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think 3 and 2 is probably where I'd imagine they'll end up, because I think certain, like, you come up against a evasion list, you're just screwed.
Yeah.
But if you come up against something else with a relative block, or that relies on like characters doing the damage, they're probably going to do well.
Even a gun line, you'll be straight into that.
Yeah,
I tell you what was MVP in the game though, the shag up for that 2-up, 5-up.
Oh, really?
Just sent him full speed up the table. Managed to get him straight in front of Jack's unit to normal knights. But they charged in, they done a wound, and then he absolutely sauced
I can imagine the Shaggoth then just battered them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a few different builds in there, to be honest. I've always thought Beastmen are a fun list as well, though. Like, they're a cool army.
Well, my next job is to turn them into an actual real Beastman army. So, 2 Valtide casters, lots of pigs, but with all the new tasty stuff.
Aye. Again, it's going to be interesting to see how, if the FAQ changes that sort of traditional Beastman build, isn't it?
Yeah. I've had a few ideas, but obviously it's on pause for a while.
While you do cafe.
While the cafe gets done, and then we'll go back to it and see what comes.
Give you something nice that you've quite enjoyed doing to come back to as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, because this was I have this little army in a week kind of project idea that I keep doing. My first one was an army in a week, so that I had an army ready to play with the Old World when it came out, and that was an all forest spirit list. And then the day they came out, there was no all forest spirit.
Yeah. I know. Andy still really hates the fact that he can't run an all spirit.
Yep. And then
True spirit list.
Arcane Journal comes out, and they're like, "Yeah, because forest spirits are in Age of Sigmar, you can't have any. So poo to you."
Yeah. You have an army of Taliesin though, if you want to.
Yeah.
Be mental.
I'll probably go back and have a look at that at some point. My second army in a week was the Wolves of the Sea, which was basically utilising the wonky skin wolf rule.
The wonky skin wolf rule?
Yeah, where the skin wolves gives their ability to a character.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that you get, like, it stacks on top of each other. So if you're lucky enough to get 3 combats in 2 turns, say, you can just have, like, cray.
Yeah. I still think there's room somewhere in the world for Wolves of the Sea to do well, to be fair.
I think Wolves of the Sea will be winners if infantry get a buff.
They'll definitely step up. And High Elves.
Oof, High Elves will be saucy.
Because High Elf infantry is just, well, probably the best.
Does it make sisters better? Like, that's the problem.
Depends. Well, the other problem with sisters are fucking skirmishers.
Yeah. I don't mind, like, High Elf Spearmen or Sea God or Lions of Chase getting better, but sisters, no.
They don't need it because they're already incredible.
I think that the buffs needed are, like, from the leaks or in combat, so...
Yeah, it's the buffs to actual close order troops in it. Like, actual rank and file.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Agreed. But, well, with that, I think we should begin to draw a close to our hopefully new format that we're going to just keep going every week to just get together and talk Warhammer.
Yeah,
definitely.
So thank you very much for anyone who sort of like listened to us. And just a final reminder that the extra tickets will be live to our reserve list as soon as this video's live. And on Sunday evening, any remaining tickets will go up for general sale for those interested via the Eventbrite link, which will be hopefully in the chat in the
posts
in the description underneath YouTube and on our post on Facebook. So otherwise, thank you very much, gents. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
All right, thank you, mate.
Yeah, no bother. And just a reminder that this podcast is brought to you by Gathering Point Games.
Indeed, yes.
Please visit them, sponsor have a look around. And it was a good old nice chat, guys. So a pleasure to do it again.
Brill. Good night, everyone.
Night.
See you later.